Progressive Overload 101, I'm going to tell you exactly how you should be progressing in the gym to build muscle, to get stronger, to maintain the muscle as well in a fat loss phase. It is very, very simple. So when I finish this video, you're going to know exactly what to do. So when you have a training plan, you want to be following it for a long period of time, at least 12 to 16 weeks. You then want to be logging your lifts. You have to log your lifts. So what weight you're doing, how many reps you manage to get. So let's say you've got a training plan. You've got the sets and the reps that you need to do within that exercise. You need to find a weight that you find extremely challenging that makes you fail to the point that you cannot push or pull anymore within that rep range. Let's say you're doing a leg press, 3 sets at 8 to 12. You need to find a weight after your warm-up sets that will challenge you and to the point that you probably can't push any more reps and fail within that 8 to 12 rep range. Let's say, for example, it is 100 kilos. You have now picked 100 kilos in a leg press that you pretty much fail at 10 reps. You cannot push anymore. So you know that's 10 reps. So your first set, you do 10 reps at 100 kilos. Your second set, you manage to get 9 reps for 100 kilos. Your third set, you manage to match that and get 9 reps. So that is that week done on the leg press. The following week, you're now attacking that leg press in your leg session. You know because you've logged your lift that, right, last week I got 100 kilos at 10 reps on my first set, 100 kilos on 9 reps and 100 kilos at 9 reps. That's as much as I physically could do. I am now going to do the 100 kilos again because I need to get to the top end rep range, so that I want to get 11 or 12 reps because my rep range is at 8 to 12. So we want to get as close as we can to that end rep range. So I've gone in, I'm ready, right, I've done my warm-ups, my 2 warm-ups in the exercise, and I've gone, right, bosh, 100 kilos, I've got 13 reps. Amazing. I have now unlocked the next weight. I do not need to be doing 100 kilos again. So I'm going to go to maybe, depends on the exercise and how fatigued you are. I might do 100 at 2.5. I might do 105. You don't want to keep going up in 10s, 20s every time because you can do 1,000 kilo leg press by the end of it, which is impossible. Let's say we go up by 5 kilos. So right, set 2, 105 kilos. I'm able to get 12 reps. Oh my God, I've hit the top rep range. I've unlocked the next level of weight. So I'm gonna do, you know what, it's my third set. I'm gonna do 107.5. And then I get 9 reps. Within my rep range, it's as much as I could do. Brilliant, ticked off, onto the next exercise. So now I'm gonna wait till the next week. Next week, I'm ready, raring to go. Look at my logbook and I go, right, cool. Last week, I got my last set, was 9 reps at 107.5 kilos. Brilliant. I'm going to start at 107.5 kilos for my first set, and I'm going to try and get more reps. So that's what I'm going to do. And then imagine on your first set, you get 13 reps at 107.5 kilos. Brilliant. Again, you can go on to the next weight, 110 kilos. You've unlocked the next weight. So you can see that you are progressing in either reps or weight. It can come at either side. But remember, instead of thinking of progressive overload, think of progressive stimulus. You can stimulate the muscle better each week at the same weight. But if you are at the same weight for longer than 3-4 weeks, you're not getting stronger, okay? You do want to progressively stimulate that muscle better and better and better, but staying at the same weight is absolutely fine. Some sets, you may not progress. Some sets you do progress. It might mean that your first set on the leg press you progressed, but the other second and third was the same weight and same reps as last week. That's fine as well. You don't need to progress in weight and reps on every single exercise that you do, every single time that you're in the gym. It's really, really impossible, to be honest. I'll give you a prime example. Today, I progressed in pretty much all of my exercises today, either reps or weight. However, I did 1 dumbbell chest press, which I actually got 2 reps less. So I wrote it down. I got 2 reps less, but everything else I progressed in, or I matched my previous numbers. And this is why it's so important to log your lifts, guys. Progressive overload / progressive stimulus, you want to be going either up in reps or weight. You don't need to jump too quick. But remember, we are looking for progressive stimulus as well. You can stimulate the muscle better. So it's not always about always the numbers, because we want to make sure technique and form is still pretty damn good. Now, I'm a big believer that 80% of the set can be perfect and then 20% can be a little bit, rough and tough and a little bit messy. That's not everyone's view. I know a lot of people will say that's wrong. I don't care. But my opinion is that as long as your technique and form is pretty much there for most of the set, a couple messy reps is fine, and then you can move on to the next weight that you want to put on, or extra reps. So look at my logbook. I'm going to try and get an extra rep, maybe more, depending on how strong I'm feeling, or I'm going to add a little bit more weight. But generally, if it's a rep range of 8 to 12 or 6 to 10, before you go up in weight, you want to hit that top end rep range. So if it's 6 to 10, do not increase the weight until you can do 10 reps of it. Then you've unlocked the next weight. Same as like a 10 to 15. Do not go up in weight until you can hit 15 reps with that current weight. Very, very, very important. So I'm hoping that, guys, you can understand what progressive overload is and progressive stimulus is. You've got your rep range. You now need to get the top end rep range with a particular weight. Once you get to that point, move on to the next weight. And you can still progressively stimulate the muscle with the same weight for a couple weeks, because you can get better with the technique, but you do not want to be there for too long. If you are doing the same weight and the same reps for a long period of time, you are doing nothing really. You are really, really doing hardly anything. That is not how you should be training. You need to be training with intensity. You need to be getting stronger, and those numbers do need to overall get higher and higher and higher, with making sure that your execution is pretty much there. And a few messy reps here and there as well. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions on this, please put it down in the comments, because I really like chatting about this, and there's a lot of different kind of views on this, and maybe you're unsure on your particular situation. So put your questions in the comments and I'll answer them. See you on the next video.